Have you ever felt like you're just looking for that one shortcut to a better life, but all you find are dead ends? Well, today, we're going to dig into a blueprint for building the absolute best version of yourself, and it's all inspired by the timeless wisdom of Zig Ziglar. And here's a spoiler, it's not about quick fixes. It's about building something real, something that lasts, one solid step at a time.
I mean, let's be honest. We all want to get to the top, right? You see that shining door of success, and your first thought is, what's the fastest way there? And that elevator, man, it looks so tempting. A quick, smooth, effortless ride straight to everything you've ever wanted.
And then, bam, reality hits. You walk up to it and see that little sign, out of order. And you realize that quick fix, that whole promise of overnight success, it's just an illusion. It was never really going to take you where you wanted to go anyway. True, lasting success, well, it's not built that way.
So, if the elevator's a no-go, what's left? What's the alternative? Well, there's really only one path that's guaranteed to get you there. It's the one that takes a little more effort, sure, but it's reliable. It's time to take the stairs.
But hold on. Before you even think about taking that first step up, you have to look at what you're standing on. You wouldn't build a skyscraper on sand, would you? Your success is no different. It all starts with a rock-solid foundation. These are the first and honestly the most important steps of all.
And just look at what makes up this foundation. Character, honesty, loyalty, integrity, faith, and love. These aren't just nice, fluffy words. This is the concrete and steel of your entire life. Think about it. Honesty builds trust. Integrity makes sure you actually live by your values. And love, well, love connects you to everything that matters. Without this stuff, anything you try to build is just a house of cards, just waiting for a little puff of wind to knock it all down.
Okay, so your foundation is poured and it's solid. Now the real climb can begin. But what's interesting is that the first steps aren't about what you do on the outside. They're about winning the battles on the inside. It's all about mastering your own mind. And this first real step up from that foundation, it is absolutely critical. It's your self-image. The best way to think about it, it's like your own internal thermostat. You just can't consistently perform at a 90-degree level if deep down you see yourself as a 60-degree person. Your actions out in the world will always come back to match what you believe about yourself on the inside. That's why getting this step right is completely non-negotiable.
And right here, this is the daily battle for our minds, isn't it? On the left, you've got that garbage dump thinking. That little voice in your head that whispers, you can't. You're not good enough. And on the right, you have affirmations, the deliberate, conscious choice to program your mind for success. Every single moment, we're choosing which one of those voices we're going to listen to. And that choice, it basically sets the course for everything else.
This quote from Shad Helmstetter, it just nails it. The change has to start with the words you're using, the stuff you say to yourself in your head and the stuff you say out loud. Your words literally create your reality. So it's simple, really. You've got to change the input if you want to change the output.
Okay, so you've got your mindset ready for success. Now you've got to give it some direction. I mean, you can't hit a target you can't even see, right? And that brings us to the next massive step on this stairway, setting your goals.
And getting this right isn't about some vague wishful thinking. It's about following a proven formula. And just check out the logic here. You start with the what, the goal, and the why, the benefits. That's your motivation. Then you get real about the what-ifs, the obstacles, before you build your how. That's where the skills, the people, and the actual plan come in. And then you cap it all off with a deadline. That's what turns a fuzzy dream into a real project. This isn't just a list, folks. It's a strategic roadmap.
And hey, remember step 5 from that formula? Identify people to work with? That's in there for a reason. Because this climb, it is not a solo mission. Your relationships are a massive step all by themselves. They provide the support, the encouragement, and the accountability that can make all the difference when that climb starts to feel a little steep.
All right, your foundation is solid. Your mind is right. Your goals are crystal clear. Now comes the part that separates the people who just dream about it from the people who actually achieve it. This is about the climb itself. This is about work and desire.
And who said it better than Thomas Edison? A brilliant plan is, well, it's just a fantasy if you don't take action. This step is about the grind. It's about the effort, the perspiration, as he puts it. There are no shortcuts through this part. It's absolutely non-negotiable.
So what is it that fuels all that hard work, especially when things get tough? It's this incredibly powerful mindset, and it's called intelligent ignorance.
Now, I know it sounds a little weird, but it's the choice, the deliberate choice, to ignore all the reasons why something can't be done, and instead just pour all your energy into finding a way that it can.
I mean, think about the classic story of the bumblebee. For years, based on aerodynamics, engineers said it was scientifically impossible for it to fly. But here's the thing, nobody ever told the bumblebee. It was intellectually ignorant of its so-called limitations, so it just went ahead and flew anyway. And that, right there, is the mindset of every great achiever. They're just too busy working on the impossible to listen to anyone who says it can't be done.
So you've built that foundation of character. You've won the game in your own head. You've charted your course, you've put in the work, you've been fueled by that desire. After all of that climbing, step by step, you finally arrive. You're at the top of the stairs. You're at your destination.
And there it is. The door you are aiming for from the very beginning, the one labeled tomorrow. This is it. This is the culmination of every single one of those steps you took to get here.
So what's the ultimate prize for taking the stairs? What's really behind that door? It's not just one thing, like a big check or a fancy title. No, it's all the pieces of a truly rich life. Happiness, health, prosperity, security, friends, peace, family, hope. It's this whole, balanced, incredible picture of success. It's the life that was waiting there for you all along.
So the blueprint is right here in front of you. The stairway is waiting. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?